Hey, good morning, everybody. I just like to say that it's a fine, fine, wonderful Saturday. Had a what the day it was. And this morning I'm sipping on some good old coffee. Thought this morning before I had to go into work, I'd do a tin opening, and later on I will do a first impression smoke. But this is just a tin opening and a first impression of the tobacco itself. Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining me. And as always, I got my handy dandy check tool that I think everybody needs to get one of these. Even if you don't like them, you don't use them, you should still have them. They're really cool. They're multi-purpose used. Anyways, let's get down to the star of the show this morning. We have here, as you can see, Peterson of Dublin Sweet KILLARNEY. This blend composes Virginia burley mixed together with some Virginia flakes and black Cavendish, 50 grams. And just your normal warning label on the back. Now let's find our lip there, as always. There's that little lip you're looking for to crack open the seal. Boy, this seems to be hard this morning. There we go. Well, this is probably just as tightly sealed as the last Peterson I opened. You can lightly get your your tamper part of your check tool up in there, as so, and lightly lift till you hear the tss of the can. That's right, that's all we're looking for. That means it's really well sealed. Dun 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 dun. Look at that. And you can tell, see the coloration on the paper there? You can tell from that right there that this has been aging pretty well. Let's get a good smeller of it. I'm picking up an even sweeter smell. Almost like a sweet caramel, chocolatey kind of scent. Even though I know this probably is not in it and it could just be my nose, but almost kind of smells like you get like a Christmassy kind of minty note from it. As well as like that familiar raisiny smell. That could actually be what it is, the familiar raisiny like smell that you get with some aromatic tobaccos. This is an aromatic. Oh, it just smells so sweet. Let's take a look and see what the tobacco inside looks like. I can tell you right off bat, looks like there was some flake that they'd put in this. Look at that, everybody. Look at that. Look up on that. Ain't that beautiful? Let me just clean off the paper here. It looks like it's going to be a pretty decent chewing tobacco. I hope it is. I hope it is. While I'm doing this, I like to give a shout out to my dear sweet friend Renice. And I'll tell you, if it hadn't been for her helping me out when I first started ordering some things offline, I would not have any of these Peterson blends. So to you, my dear sweet friend, I just like to give you a shout out and say thank you for helping me when I needed help because I did not know how to do it on my own. But right here, I'm going to see if I can, or maybe I can show you just on the paper because I think I'll ruin it if I take it off. If you look right here, you'll see where it looks like there was like some like flake in it. I don't know if you, I ain't too sure if this would just be called like a regular flake or what you call a navy flake. I'm not too for sure about that terminology. But you can tell right there that this had some flake in it. I'll see if I can get you an up close look, but see? And there's like another piece right there on the side you can tell. So, that's beautiful. Well, look at that. Yeah, there was definitely like some cake or flake that was in this. It's beautiful. I'm real thankful to have this tobacco. Because every time I smoke my Petersons, I think of my dear sweet friend Bernice. Alright, the moment we've been waiting for. Good morning, Miss Harriet Huffton. I meant Harriet Heifer. I hope I did not mispronounce your name. I do not mean no disrespect whatsoever. And if I did, please forgive me and thank you. That's the only one thing I hate sometimes is I don't I read people's names and I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right or not. So if I have mispronounced it, I mean no disrespect. But look onto that. Ain't that something? I'm gonna see if I can move it around without spilling any of it. And right there's something that to me is like a treat right there. You see that little black Cavendish? I love Cavendish tobacco. I don't know why. It's perfect. Okay. Well, thank you. And like I said, I meant no disrespect. Oh, it is to me. It is a big biggie for me because, a lot of people, carry this chip on their shoulder, and stuff and get offended easily, and I don't want to offend nobody. But let's get a better smell of this tobacco and see what we can smell without the paper on it and everything. See if Mo Sniffer will allow me to give you a better accuracy. And also, by the way, I say don't just take my word on what I say about this tobacco blend. Uh, Check it out for yourself. I got it from smokingpipes.com. And it's a very beautiful blend of tobacco. I get that chocolatey smell very heavily. I now realize that the minty kind of smell is actually the raisiny smell. I don't know how those two smells can smell so similar, but it's odd, but it does. And smells really good. And I still get like that slight bit of like the caramel like smell too. So very good. And just show you the moisture content here. So it's a pretty good moist tobacco. In a later video later on, we'll do a first impression smoke. Always put that little paper insert. I found it helps it stay fresher longer. If you got it in the tin, always put this little paper insert back in. I like doing that. And I fold her back over just like it is or was the best I can when I first opened up the tin. Always make sure it's real sealed up, real nice tight. You never get it to that factory seal again, but always like make sure it's really sealed up. And Also, I figured this morning I'd have a pipe with everybody this morning. So, if you got a pipe, I say I'd like to invite you to drink. If you've ever smoked multiple dose, you've to dry it for a day. It's so yeah, I know that. Well, I ain't never smoked that blend, but I've had a blend that needed to dry out and stuff. Um, right now this morning, out of my Missouri Meerschaum hardwood, I like this little thing. I wish I could afford a better stem for it though, but I'm smoking. So I can't think this morning. Forgive me. Nah, I can never remember now. I'm smoking my Peterson Summer Breeze. I've been chooching on it. Of course, I've only had it sitting out maybe 30 minutes, so it'll probably still need to be relit and relit. Oh, that's awesome. I likes me my corn cobs pipes too. I don't know if you watched a video of where I've done a few tribute videos to Mr. Corncob Piper, but I think so far this right here is probably my favorite corncob pipe because that's what he gave me in the mail when I asked for, if I could try some of the samples he was willing to give out. But that's my favorite cob right there because he gave it to me. I still got a few blends to share with y'all that he up and sent me through the mail. I've only gotten through two of them thus far. So, what type of cigar are you smoking this morning? I like smoking aromatics a lot, and I love the in between aromatics. Olivia V. That sounds like a pretty good cigar out there. I don't know much about cigars. I'm kind of like totally ignorant when it comes to cigars sometimes. But there's this one time I got hold of a good premium cigar, and it was Olivia or Oliva. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm sure that's probably a pretty good premium cigar. Um, I like the in between aromatics as well. You know, the ones that kind of venture on the backside of non aromatic to aromatic. Like my favorite in between aromatic and non aromatic is called Nutty Cut by Fowin. And I'll show you how it's spelled because I got the tin here hanging up. And now it's on the floor. It's a good morning smoke. Well, that's pretty good. This right here, I'm sorry, Crunchy Blend. Crunchy Blend. Nutty Cut is the Peterson blend. Crunchy Blend right here, made by Fallon. This is an awesome blend. If you ain't never tried it, check it out. It's a German tobacco, but I like it. I like it a lot, and it tastes good with coffee and tea. That there is part of what old Mister Pike, or that blend, along with two other blends, I got is a blend that old Mister Pike Cat sent me one time and everything. Have you ever tried Shortcut to Mushrooms? Is a crossover blend. No, I have not, but eventually I would like to try some one of these days because I've been told the exact same thing. I think maybe I think maybe Max Wolf may have told me something about that. I think, or it wasn't him. It was someone else. Maybe it was Board Gaming Piper. Cause that he raves about that tobacco too. I think maybe he may have told me once before I needed to try it if I liked the in between blends. I would like to try it. I hear it's pretty decent. You know, though, whenever I get a new tobacco, I like to try it in three different stages. I like to try it first of all fresh out of the can, and just like this, you gotta keep relighting it once in a while. But I like to try that fresh out of the tin taste. And some people might find that kind of crazy. And yeah, you do got to clean your pipe out a little bit better after you do it on account of the moisture. But I like I like to get a in your face impression of it, because I learned that some tobaccos actually taste better when they're not dried versus dried. And then I like to try them out after they've set out for an hour, to dry. And then I sometimes will try them out after they sit out for a 24-hour period, because some tobaccos hold in that moisture just to see. And just like with the Sunset Breeze I'm smoking, like I said in one of my last videos I made, I let that set out a grand total of 10 days, a grand total of 10 days. And it wasn't until like the last 3 days that it started to get, too dried out. And I found that in between the third and fourth day, that it actually was best to smoke. And and that's just me. And I don't got a normal taste bud sensory like most people, or at least I believe I really don't. But anyhows, I like to experiment that way because also if I decide to go on a trip or something, and I want to take some tobacco with me, and I ain't got no tobacco pouch, so that's true. Trial and error. There's one blend of tobacco out there that I would like to try straight, just so I can see the difference and be able maybe to detect it in other blends, because I got one blend that I've smoked that I swear has some of it in it, but I'm not too sure. And that was a lot of Kia. I like to try a straight lot of Kia one of these days. Just see if I can tell the difference. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say, wherever you're at in this world, may you be blessed. And I'd like to say thank you to each and every single one of you for taking time out of your day, time out of your life, to spend a little bit. That's also what I've been told too. You enjoy your day too. And thank you for sharing a little bit of your time with me. Anyways, I'd like to say have a great, wonderful day. And wherever you're at in this world, be blessed. May you be blessed. And I thank you for joining me. And thank you for spending your time with me. And also, thank you to all the fans. Thank you to all the new fans. Thank you to all the lurkers. And wherever you're in this world, may you be blessed. And thank you. Until next time.